floor. I hope I can give you an idea of what I'm working with in the Danish gymnastics and sports organization. I'm overloaded with impressions of networks and scientific research and recommendations from a lot of institutes and so on. But inside me, I think this makes an impression. It makes an impression what's going on worldwide. What I'm going to talk about is a parallel to the idea of German moves. It's a concept, it's a dream I have. It's a kind of vision that I could formulate together with a lot of people. It's not a specific project with specific results. It's an attempt to formulate a frame in which 25,000 ideas it has a room for 25,000 ideas. And just as many different forms when it comes to the reality. But the idea is what it is. And nothing else, I should say. But talking about your vision and your dreams is, I think, a step towards realization. So, I hope in years to come that I can see this idea being concrete and realistic on a local basis. Already now I can find places in Denmark where this is going on. So, in page 21 in the paper, there are some description of the idea. The idea of this is to give a contribution to enhance health in society. That's on a political and overall view. But on the concrete basis, it's very important also to give the individual person possibilities to do something when they have reached step number 3 in this model of exchanges from being sedentary and doing nothing and being continually active in a good social society. So when you are here in the middle, considering and exploring, maybe trying, this idea that I will present for you should be very close to you. So, what is it? It's only a drawing. It's nothing else but a drawing. A healthy place is not a physical place. It could be, but it's not necessary. It could also be a virtual place. It could just be a thought, a concept, a dream. The elements for this dream are important. And you can see these 8 suggestions for elements that I think is important. Maybe you have an idea there's another one which is not on the table, so please tell me afterwards, so we can qualify this model. If you look at the local sports facilities, it's obvious that it's important that you have a frame to do some activities. This is the inside, the facilities. It's traditional sports halls, swimming halls, and so on. It's the grass field, the fitness facilities. They are important. More important than many other things. We should have some frames, some facilities to do our activities in. It's also important there is a lot of organization, sport clubs of various arts. It is proven worldwide that when you organize in a strong social frame, with specific activities. There's a lot of people who want to be part of this, and it has got a lot of strengths being part of this, as we saw also from the keynote speaker this morning. There's a lot of others, but I just mentioned a few so you get an idea of what I think of. But I see, at least in Denmark, a lot of private persons who has the dream of doing their own business in this area. They're very skillful, they work fast, they're very creative, and they want to make a living for this. They're so engaged that they want to make a living for this. I think they are part of the dream. They are relevant to motivate, to activate, and give people possibilities to be physically active. And there's a lot of varieties in this area too, from the physiotherapist, the chiropractor, and so on. Some of them are also in the public health sector, I know, but a lot of them want to be private actors in this market. It's necessary, I think, also that to establish partnerships. This is not possible to do for the sports clubs on their own. We need to open the doors and get alliances from the communities, from, I don't know if it's the right word, illness prevention organizations, patient organizations of different diseases. And a lot of institutions where children are and where the youths are and so on. So let's be open-minded and find the cooperation needed to enhance the physical activity. Projects are necessary, I think, to deliver new thoughts, new ways of doing things out of the traditional organization, out of the traditional values and so on. We must have some development, some provocations and some new things going on in a structured way. That could be targeted to different groups that are sedentary and that needs the activities. Also to develop the outdoor areas, and we have heard about active cities and healthy cities. It's very important how the environments are for going out and being active. It should invite you to be there and to be active, so to say. And I won't go into detail because this is not the idea of this presentation. But these are more and more important worldwide, to be outdoor and indoor, of course, as I started with. And this, I think, is also very important because in the modern world, you do not only live in your local society and travel to work and so on and international, you also live in a space, in a virtual space, and I think we need to be there. If people get the idea, I would like to do something, they search in this space and we should be there. When they find us, it should be easy to communicate with us, it should be easy to be part of it, to sign up, to get a place, so to say, to get a number in the queue of being part of it, and to pay for it, and to understand what's going on and to see the possibilities in the picture. So we should be very clever in this area, communicating. So when you put all this together, it might look rather complicated, but elements of this picture will be very different from locality to the locality all over the country, all over the world. But I think more or less these elements will be necessary in the future to talk about a healthy place for people to go. So the vision is that if you are considering, exploring to be healthy and active, you should be able to take a step forward into this world, so to say, into this concept, into this reality on the local basis. And when you do this, you're on the right way. And this should be easy, it should be a good experience, and we should be able to keep people in this area, so to say. This exist 2 or 3 places in Denmark, I know. They have the facility, they have the organization, they are doing all these things. And a lot of people are going into this, and it is very attractive. So I believe that this idea has some strength. Now, it's not more strong than your contribution could be very important. So now I have a picture of this one, and I would ask you for the last 4 or 5 minutes that I have for my presentation, please talk with your neighbor. What is missing? What is not necessary? So please draw this and give it back to me as a contribution to the idea. Thank you very much. So please talk with your neighbor, find your pen, and make some notes on this one for the last few